Tucker Carlson makes a huge announcement of where he's going and how he's going to get there. If you're a fan of the former Fox News host, then you're going to love this news, so stick with us. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So a letter from Tucker Carlson's lawyers accused Fox of fraud just weeks after he left the cable news channel. According to Axios, the letter was submitted to Fox News before Carlson announced on Twitter that his show would continue in a new format on the popular social media platform. That's right. Tucker Carlson made the announcement that he will continue doing what he did at Fox for 6.5 years with Elon Musk on his platform, and he insinuated that they're going to create something new on Twitter. Carlson's lawyers claimed that Fox News committed not to settle with Dominion voting systems in a way that indicates wrongdoing on his side. The network was also accused of leaking his private communications to the media. Okay, so here's where the argument gets brilliant. By accusing Fox News of breach of contract, Carlson would be able to argue that his announcement to air a show on Twitter did not violate his contract. Carlson stated in his video announcement, quote, "Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter." And Tucker went on to say that it's more than just him going into the new venture when he said, quote, "We bring some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others." Okay, I'm going to play the video now of Tucker making his announcement.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. You often hear people say the news is full of lies, but most of the time that's not exactly right. Much of what you see on television or read in the New York Times is in fact true in the literal sense. It could pass one of the media's own fact checks. Lawyers would be willing to sign off on it. In fact, they may have. But that doesn't make it true. It's not true. At the most basic level, the news you consume is a lie of the stealthiest and most insidious kind. Facts have been withheld on purpose, along with proportion and perspective. You are being manipulated. How does that work? Let's see. If I tell you that a man has been unjustly arrested for armed robbery, that is not, strictly speaking, a lie. He may have been framed. At this point, there's been no trial, so no one can really say. But if I don't mention the fact that the same man has been arrested for the same crime 6 times before, am I really informing you? No, I'm not. I'm misleading you. And that's what the news media are doing in every story that matters, every day of the week, every week of the year. What's it like to work in a system like that? After more than 30 years in the middle of it, we could tell you stories. The best you can hope for in the news business at this point is the freedom to tell the fullest truth that you can. But there are always limits. And you know that if you bump up against those limits often enough, you will be fired for it. That's not a guess, it's guaranteed. Yep. Every person who works in English language media understands that.
Yep.
The rule of what you can't say defines everything. It's filthy, really, and it's utterly corrupting. You can't have a free society if people aren't allowed to say what they think is true. Speech is the fundamental prerequisite for democracy.
Amen.
That's why it's enshrined in the first of our constitutional amendments. Amazingly, as of tonight, there aren't many platforms left that allow free speech. The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter, where we are now. Twitter has long served as the place where our national conversation incubates and develops. Twitter is not a partisan site. Everybody's allowed here, and we think that's a good thing. And yet, for the most part, the news that you see analyzed on Twitter comes from media organizations that are themselves thinly disguised propaganda outlets.
Absolutely.
You see it on cable news, you talk about it on Twitter. The result may feel like a debate, but actually the gatekeepers are still in charge. We think that's a bad system. We know exactly how it works, and we're sick of it.
We are too.
Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We'll be bringing some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others. See you soon.
Awesome. So Tucker and Elon have been meeting and talking about creating a new platform, right? The fact of the matter is, Musk always said that he wanted to turn Twitter into a free speech hub. Many people go to Twitter every day to get their news from the platform. But most of the time, what they see is the misinformation fake news media lying to them in media clips posted from their Twitter accounts. Tucker and Elon want to change that or give you a new option. Folks, the legacy media is dying. People no longer want to wait for a specific time of day to get their news from news networks that they can barely tolerate. Today, they wish to see content when they want and from a variety of different devices and sources. I predict that in 5 years from now, the mainstream media outlets will either have to go the way of the independent journalists, how they're doing it today on social media, or they will dry up and die out completely. After what Fox News did to Tucker Carlson, Fox may be the first one out the door. You can't go down in the ratings as quickly as Fox has and stay alive for long. Carlson's contract with Fox expires in January 2025, which is right after the election. This prevents him from pursuing any new media ventures. Now, other media outlets have already approached him with many offers. One of them, I witnessed, was a $100 million 5-year deal. That was about what Fox was paying him, $20 million a year. I, for one, can't wait to see what Tucker and Musk come up with. I'm certain that they will be creating a media platform that will have more people like Tucker Carlson, people who want to bring truth back to journalism, and no one will be able to stop. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to support the channel, visit rpwmedia.com. Share our stories with like-minded people. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and give us a like. We'll see you in the next one.
Every day I'm looking for a way to return to the time when everything was easy to learn. Don't know when it started to get so serious.